So, you want to know what the most powerful vindication, uh, you know, to me was that happened recently? See, a lot of people, right, have been doubting the power. A lot of people have been denying the truth. People have been power scaling this as if it was a coughing baby. But tonight we're realizing that this technique was a hydrogen goddamn bomb. Because guess what? Talk no jutsu slaps. And it does so IRL too. And like this is the thing, right? This was always the thing. This isn't just like okay, we can bankrupt a company we think is fascist. Really, the problem with why there's so much like right wing bullshit with people right now is due to NIMBYism, the failure of NIMBYism on from the left, right? So NIMBYism, for those who are wondering, is you see a problem. And instead of, trying to help people, you just let that problem persist, right? You just let it keep happening, right? But like you kind of slowly improve things around that thing, right? Or basically like you virtue signal and stuff, right? This is what I call white woman solutions, right? Because it's basically what is a white woman best at doing, right? It's pretending to care, telling you they care, but then not ever actually doing anything productive to prove that they care, right? Like that's what causes Nazis, okay? Like every Nazi, that's what caused it, right? The Gavin Newsoms of the world caused 100% of the Hitlers. 100% of them, right? Every single Adolf Hitler came about because a Gavin Newsom put those fucking homeless benches up in California. Okay? Okay, like this is literal, like this is like a jokey way of doing it, but like it literally is true, right? Every single right winger that like is at the level of being a Nazi is a disenfranchised leftist. They moved that far right because the left told them to fuck off and die. So they decided, okay, if I'm not going to get anything there, I'm going to go so far right, no one will fucking want me. But then, like I noticed that there's a lot of people who have done that, and we start a movement together, right? We're going to call it the Nazi movement. Right? So like that's the thing, right? If people like actually like, because remember, Weimar, he's basically like Gavin Newsom, right? They would do the same bullshit. It's not, and then like people are like, oh, it's the trans rights it was wrong, not the fact that they pretend to care and then they don't do shit to help anyone, right? Like you could have trans rights, but you got to actually care about people like that aren't trans at the same time. You know what I mean? Like you got to do both, right? Like you can't just kill trans people. I mean, you can't just not kill trans people. I mean, you can't just kill trans people. And by that I mean, like, like it basically just delays their death, right? And by that I mean it doesn't delay their deaths, it guarantees it. Because really, that's the thing, right? If you care so much about trans rights that you'll throw away your economy, you do not care about trans rights. Okay? That was like a thing that should always be said. If the debate people are having, even if it is ironic at all, is would you rather have trans rights or a stable economy? That means that people are thinking, right, that LGBT politics are in some way ruining the economy. Now, they aren't, but there is some truth to that in that the way we focused on them the entire time was some bullshit. What we should have been focusing on is policies that benefit everyone, like not having fucking homeless people have shitty fucking benches to sleep on. Like I'm a trans woman, right? You know what that means, right? I do furry porn for a job, right? So I've been homeless before because people don't really like to accept that my job is a job, even though I provide a service for some of the wealthiest people in the world, right? You know, like I literally have Elon Musk donating money occasionally to have me step on him and call him slurs, right? Okay, guys. I have people who are extremely rich and powerful want me to step on them because my dragon persona has really sexy feet and they like that shit, okay? Okay, guys, I need a fucking door. I got a door now, so like that's why I'm doing so much better than I was like just last year or the year before, right? People don't even know who the fuck I was 2 years ago because I was in and out of homelessness because no one would fucking give me a door. Right, whenever I would buy, pay for bills, right? Like I would literally pay more than they were paying, and I would not get a fucking door. Like I would, like I had to, like I was literally like ended up having to live with family because it takes a while to get a house. I would have all this shit like put together, right? And yeah, like it's been fucked up. However, right? However, I now live in a place with a goddamn door. There are no little 3-year-olds scurrying about, getting in the way of me running my porn business legally, because you can't really do that legally when there's a little 3-year-old kid who's running around and you can't close a fucking door, right? Because there's no door there to close, right? And like, so people are like, oh, why do you spend so much time in the fucking bathroom? And why are why are you like, you always like hesitant to show people like your computer and stuff? It's like, why do you think? Like, but yeah, I'm a trans woman. My job is furry porn, guys. That's my job, right? I make a lot of money. I know a lot of powerful people because of it. Like let me do my fucking job for my my homeless one room. That's it. Um, you know, let me jerk off Elon Musk for you guys, right? He gets a little cranky when he doesn't have his daily jizz sessions, right? He's calmed down a bit because I've been jerking him off, right? Elon Musk was going a little fast, a little too fast, too fast. He slowed down a little bit because I jerked him off, right? I made him come, and he felt better, right? So I have to. If you guys want to prevent Nazis, you got to let me jerk them off, right? And also let me be right, because as it turns out, another thing, right, is if I don't jerk off the Nazis, right, I start having the same NIMBYism too, so I become more right wing, right? Everyone's like, why are you so right wing and you're a trans person? Like, you don't hate everything about J.K. Rowling with the passion of 1,000 suns? You think that people who purchased a video game should not be demonized and and verbally assaulted and doxxed and harassed and all that? Yeah, I actually do think that should not happen. I think that people who are taking their blood feud with a fucking mid author, that fucking far is disgusting. And I called it out even before there was the harassment part. So I called it out when I saw that Wizard game as a website, right? Like as a thing that was being set up and shit. I was like, dog, what the fuck is wrong with you? Now, to be fair, I also bought Hogwarts Legacy because I was a Harry Potter fan as a kid. Now, when I say mid-author, I mean now, as in her books now suck. Ever since Cursed Child, every book J.K. Rowling has ever fucking put on paper is disgustingly awful. It's literally Wattpad fan fiction. That's B tier. She fell off, right? So you can use that, right? Because she wasn't transphobic until 8 years ago, and 8 years ago she stopped writing good books, right? So that's how I view it, right? She just fell off, right? And she became transphobic because she fell off and needs some way to be relevant because her books fucking suck. Okay, you get what I mean, right? But people are acting like, oh, this thing she's doing in a response to us harassing her means we should continue harassing her. Wait, my rights are going away because I keep harassing this person that is just like a mid-author at this point. Like, she was good and now she's not. But we keep harassing her all fucking like. I'm like, I don't fucking care. Like, she's getting worse. I get it. Just shut the fuck up and leave her alone. Like, that's the solution, right? If you're either be nice and try to like actually like be a person to her, or you're a fucking like you're just fucking everything up, right, for everyone, right? And that's what ended up happening, right? UK lost all their trans rights because all the trans people were just always hate filled towards people, and it makes sense, right? They were a lot of trans people who aren't me are constantly treated like shit by the right, and trans women who are me are treated by like shit on the right and also the left, right? Like, that's the difference between me and other trans people. I'm also treated like shit from the left, right? But I'm treated like shit because I'm like, well, some of these people, they probably just need some talking and stuff, right? And it's factually true, right? Like, it's not false. It is 100% a factually true statement of what I'm saying, right? But people don't like that, right? Because what that means is that in order to solve the problem, they have to do something, right? They have to be like, it's funny, right? Every communist preacher, right? Like the Hassans and all that, don't really get communism, I guess, because like you look at China, an actual communist country, right? They did AI and all that too. The difference is, right? China was like, okay, you guys, you know, should actually just get paid more and do more important jobs, and we're gonna like boost everyone up, right? And so they did, and now China is literally the number one, right? And they're doing that, right? Because it's like, hey, fuck you guys in America. You're fucking fat. Eat your fucking burgers, right? And they did that, right? And it was funny, but also, more importantly, right? It kind of showed what the difference was. Commies in China kind of cared about each other when it came down to actually pissing off their enemies, right? See, they were like, hey, we hate America, so let's all band together as like one national unit to improve our infrastructure, our government, our economy, everything. Make all our lives good, and then do that to mock the United States. Everyone's going to be a gazillionaire, have property. You're all going to have easy lives because you know what? Fuck that at your throat bullshit. We just got to make fun of America. That's going to be our thing. We're going to make fun of America for being lunatics and blowing their fucking brains out. But then the brains ended, like, they kill all their government. Their brains are dead. But then their brains just ended up being Jolly Ranchers and not gray matter because America its brain wasn't really functioning right anyway because of all the NIMBYism infecting the brain. So like, yes, I don't know. I don't know about you, but I think it's funny as fuck that Steven Universe is now objectively well written. Because in fact, you can talk no jutsu Adolf Hitler, and it will work. So there you guys go. Suck it, Steven Universe haters. Peace. Naruto souls too.